What's going on YouTube? Seth Sanchez here, and today I'm going to talk to you about shooting NCAA basketball. Now, as you can see in this video right now, I'm just applying things to my photo mechanic program before the game's starting. I go on my website for the wire surface I shoot for, which is Icon Sports Wire, for this assignment. Downloaded the text template that they provide for me for the specific game with all the information that goes inside each and every image. It's applied to it every time I ingest my images onto Photo Mechanic. And then I went and downloaded my code replacement file so I can easily caption images much faster when I'm saying the name of a athlete, their position, the number, and all that. So that's what's going on right here. I'm just getting everything all set up. Now, if you're one of those photographers who's really interested in working for a wire service, but you're really not sure how, or you want to see how it works and what the workflow of it all is, and what it's like in the inside of shooting for a wire service, this video is for you. So the game's about to start, so let's see here. Yep, just going out right now, walking out to out of the media room, going onto the court area. I'm basically going to go and test my remote camera because for this game I set up a 1DX with a 24-70mm 2.8L Mark II lens. It was in the middle of, it was right under the net actually, just right straight under it, back up where the red padding's at. And it's on the side of that. There's a left side or a right side for it, and you use the Manfrotto magic arm to set it up. And so yeah, I'm going to set my stuff down right here. You probably notice there's some little like white little squares and a pink square right under the letters of the USC and some little seats on the floor. Those are all spots that photographers went to early on and marked their spots. The one that was mine was the pink one. So yeah, I just put my stuff down really quick right there. And I took out the Pocket Wizard and took a couple of test shots, and I checked the time on my phone because I want to see if it triggered it at the same time, because you can check the time on your camera. So that's what I'm going to do, going through all these people who are blocking my way, which is great. God. That's some of the worst things about college sports, is especially football. You got people blocking you all over the sidelines, and just way too many people on the sidelines, and it's just, it's annoying. So here's the remote camera. I'm just checking to see if it went off. I'm checking the focus. As you can see, there's pink tape on there, actually. And what that does, actually, it's there for a reason. It's there because I've locked down my focus ring on the lens so that when there's vibration from slam dunks or, players scoring, it's going to vibrate and shake the whole thing. And I don't want my focus ring to shift at all, because then it's going to mess the focus up, and all the photos are going to come out of focus and blurry. So that's why you gaffer tape it down so that it won't move, hopefully. So we got the game starting here. As you can see, I'm shooting right here at the 400mm. This shot here is with the 400 coming up right here. And, when people ask me if the 400 is too tight for basketball, and it is and isn't. Excuse me. It is. It's kind of tough, but it's like you don't really have to crop so much. It's like almost a sweet spot, but a little bit too much. But I still use it because I don't own a 300mm. So, I mean, if you had to pick between the two, I would say a 300 just to be safe, honestly. But if you don't own either one, I would just say 400 if you're trying to do like all sports. I did a video about this, which super telephoto lens is for you. Check it out if you haven't already. So, the 400, it does the job, honestly. I don't have a problem with it at all. I mean, it's heavy, which is the downer to it. It's a lot heavier than 300, but I still use it. And all the other shots are with the 7200. And actually right here in this video, this part here, this is when chimping is appropriate for the most part. Now, this is during a timeout. During timeouts is the best time for basketball, or pretty much any sport, really. But still, just because there's a timeout doesn't mean that you can't photograph something, so just keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. But that's usually when it's best to check your photos and to lock the ones that you want. Now, that photo right there is with the remote. I'm on the opposite side of the court, triggering it, the Pocket Wizard +3. Really happy it actually went off. I was worried that it wouldn't because of signal issues. There was a lot of people there. It was right next to metal, and the Pocket Wizards have some type of interference when it's near metal. I'm not sure why, but that's just the way it is. And also with these shots, a lot of them are going to be vertical. That's just the way basketball is. It's a vertical shooting sport. It took me a while to get used to shooting vertically. I used to just crop vertically, but it saves you a lot more time when you shoot vertically. So try to get in the habit of doing that. Now, there's exceptions to that where you can shoot horizontally, but it just depends. There was a couple shots you probably saw earlier that were shot horizontally. It's just those type of shots, like when someone's driving down on the side, like towards the left or towards the right, and the opponent is chasing after them. Like that's when it's appropriate, when you want to involve someone else. But you can still involve other players vertically, like that shot that just showed. So here's another shot here. That is with the 24-70mm. As a remote camera, triggered it, and now we've got a guy driving down the court right here. Took a guy out. Crazy stuff. So, I mean, this is pretty much it. I mean, the shots are really straightforward. There's nothing too complicated going on. They're very, like that shot right here, it's a very basic point and shoot shot, honestly. But those shots where it shows anger or frustration or, celebration, or the coach talking to the ref or arguing with the ref, like this shot here is walking away, and in the background you see the ref looking at the coach. Those are the shots that really do sell, and those are the shots that really tell a story. Because, for instance, this was USC versus UCLA. USC lost, and in that previous photo with the coach walking away from the ref, he looked really upset. And then the one where it's vertical with him with his hands on his hips, that he looked very upset. Like that is a potential sale. You just have to kind of picture, like, how can I make these photos sell or tell a story? It kind of just depends on who's going to win, who's going to lose. You just, during the game, you don't know who's going to win or going to lose unless it's just a total blowout, but even then. So you just have to just take pictures of everything you see. Don't, hesitate. So now we're in the work media room. I'm starting to transfer my images, but actually for this, I just went on and skipped ahead to the very end, because for college basketball, you got 2 halves, and there's 2 sessions of you sending in your images. So after the first half is done, you go in, send your first half of images, come back out. The players swap sides on the court, but you usually just stay in the same spot unless you're assigned to cover one team. But usually it's not the case for wire services. You're covering both, so I just stay in the same spot since you're switching for me. That's the benefit of having a remote camera on the opposite side of you, because at this game it was crowded, so I wouldn't have been able to gone up to the side anyway. So having that remote camera over there was essentially allowing me to be in 2 places at the same time. So that's a good example of why having a second camera or a third camera is very useful. So anyway, for this part here, this is just the very end of the game. The game was over. I had my remote camera taken down. I went through my images on the remote, and I went through all of them and locked the ones I wanted. And then I have photo mechanics set up to only transfer the locked images, so it saves me a lot of time. I think the total of images I took was about 1,000 from this game, because the remote had well over 600. So imagine me having to go through 1,000 images on deadline. You're competing with everybody else in the room that you can see, and they're all sending images in really quickly, and you've got to be quick. So you don't have time for any of that. So you can see right now I'm in Photoshop. Actually, it's Adobe Camera Raw, because I shoot RAW when I'm doing these. That's a whole other topic, if you should shoot JPEG or RAW for wire services. Everybody I've talked to shoots JPEG, but I mean, I'm still shooting RAW, and maybe one day I'll find myself to be shooting JPEG for them, but as of now, I don't see a reason. I like shooting RAW. It's just the way I am. And, but that's just a personal preference. So now I'm sending out the photos from right here. I'm FTPing them over to my company. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I hope you guys learned something out of this. I know a lot of people were asking me, excuse me. I know a lot of you guys were asking me to get some GoPro first-person videos again. So here it is, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Excuse me. I'm still sick. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Again, just leave comments below and expect more of these type of videos coming out. Thanks for your support, guys. Really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.